So the three activities I participated in are I went to a booster meeting for JROTC, I interviewed the mayor of Kent, and I helped out at a soup kitchen in Kent. I think these are all very important activities. The first one I think is important because I get to learn what goes into running an organization and all the decisions that you have to make and how it's a group effort. The second one, the interview with the mayor of Kent, I think that's going to be very beneficial because I get to learn about her job and the decisions and what goes into the decision process, why she ran for election, and all of those questions. And then the third one, the helping out soup kitchen, I think it's very good to give back to your community, especially those who are less fortunate than yourself. So for my first activity, I went to a booster meeting for JROTC, and I did not really get to record anything in this, which disappointed me, but there were a lot of people who preferred if I did not record them. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So what happened was when I got there, I went in and the president, vice president, treasurer were all there, and we sat down and we went over last meetings, minutes, and agenda and how that went. And then in the meeting we talked about money spent, and they're doing a trip to Oregon, so we talked about how much money we're going to spend on a bus, food, estimated costs. People had to vote on it. We talked about fundraisers. There's two ones, an upcoming one and the one we're doing now, and how much money we're making and how much that helps. There's a lot of things that we went over from that, and I think that it was very beneficial. I usually don't go to those things, and I just roll with the flow and let them happen. And I think that going through it really opened up my eyes that there was a lot more to it than I know. There's a lot of thinking and thought that goes into everything that we do. People have to vote on it. You have to come up with the idea. You have to present it to the president and vice president. Then they get to decide whether or not they want to do it. And then everyone has to vote on it. Somebody has to present the idea. The president has to present the idea. Once they've accepted it, someone has to vote with it, someone has to second it, and someone has to third it. I think that's what it's called. I cannot remember what that term. Or you have to second their second. That's what I think it was, which is a lot, but it definitely was very educational, and it makes me realize that there's a lot of background that goes on to make everything possible, and things just don't happen. It takes a lot of thought, and you have to make a lot of tough choices that require money and time and people. And I think that overall this project really benefited me and other people, being able to see what goes on behind the scenes and see that there's going to be situations in life that I'm going to be able to apply this to, whether it's going to a council meeting, whether it's going to an organization meeting, that they're going to be very similar in how they set up, and so I will know what to expect and how to conform myself. And yeah.
That's probably one of the hardest parts of the job, because every day is different, and I don't ever quite know, what's going to be the new issues. so it's just really kind of stepping back and looking at deadlines on things, what, what has to be done first if there's external deadlines, and then obviously things like any major problems or, when bad things happen, we have to take care of those first. I think, so at the end of the day, I love my job. I am very, very fortunate to get to do this because I am, my overarching job is that I get to take care of 129,000 people and make sure that those basic needs are all being met. Probably the most challenging job I've ever had in my life, but I get to do something different every single day. And it really is important to me that people, that we start changing that perception of Kent, and they realize all of the great things that are happening here. We've got, Blue Origin, it's a rocket company. They're here in Kent. Jeff Bezos chose Kent for that. So, just letting people know there's a lot of really good things happening here.
I think that so the third project that I did for my Civics Engagement project was I helped out at a soup kitchen in Kent. I believe it was Kent Lutheran Church. This was very impactful for me because I did not realize that how many people went, and it wasn't just homeless people that went, it was people who could not afford to feed themselves as well. There were children and adults and disabled and all sorts of people that were there, and I feel that it is very important that people understand that there are people out there who do need help, and that you can help them just by doing something small that I did by going and helping clean up afterwards. It helped not only the people who are running the soup kitchen, but the people who are actually at the soup kitchen, because then they have a fresh area to come back to the next day and come eat.